Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have a self-study mini course, Telepathically Connect with Your Specific Person. So if you guys are interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to help you guys look at your circumstances in a very different way and in a very different light. I know that most of you manifesting your desires, whatever these desires might be, whether it's a person, whether it's money, whether it's career, whether it's multiple desires all at once, are perceiving some sort of circumstance or circumstances as standing in the way of your manifestation. And I'm here to tell you that this doesn't have to be the case and why it actually isn't the case. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as you know, I coach a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people, I get people in the comments, commenting with their circumstances, commenting about their fears, their insecurities, their doubts, whatever they might be facing in the 3D that they feel stands between them and their manifestation. And so today I wanted to make this video to help you guys understand and realize and see that it's not actually your circumstances that are the problem. The problem is the stories you build around what you perceive as circumstances and how you perceive those circumstances to be an actual obstacle that is standing between you and your manifestation. So what happens when we feel like we're facing circumstances and we feel like we have obstacles or blocks that are blocking the way to our manifestation is that we tend to get very, very emotionally and mentally involved in all of this. We get into it, we focus on it, we dwell on it, we start worrying about it, we start wondering how the heck things might come to pass. We might even feel that our circumstances are so insurmountable that our desire is impossible or close to impossible to manifest. And ultimately, because we get so emotionally and mentally involved in this whole story and this whole drama of the circumstances, we neglect to realize that it's not the actual circumstances that are the problem. The problem are the stories that we build around what we perceive as opposing circumstances. So manifesting, you guys, is actually very, very simple. It's a game of focus. It's a game of where you place your attention, you're going to see more of. Where you place your attention and your focus and where you dwell on, you're going to create more of that. You're going to see more and more evidence of that. The problem most people have with transcending their circumstances is that they dwell on them too much, they worry about them too much, they put too much attention on them, they put too much focus on them, that the circumstances end up being established or at the very least not going away. They end up persisting in our reality. And the reason they're persisting in our reality is because we are persisting in them in the first place. If you were to take a step back and see your circumstances from more of an observer's point of view and detach a little bit and disassociate yourself a little bit from all that mental and emotional drama that you have built around these circumstances, whatever these might be, you're going to realize that if you shift your attention to what you actually want, to what is actually your vision, to what is actually aligned with what you want to experience, the experience that you want to have in your 3D, you're automatically going to realize that your circumstances, what you perceive as your circumstances, don't actually have all that much power over you and don't actually have all that much power to influence your manifestation. The reason they seem to you as if they have power over you and over your manifestation is because you have built a story around them that says that they're a big problem, they're insurmountable, they are making the situation very hard, they're making the situation impossible, they are a huge block, they are a huge mountain that you have to climb and you don't know how. Maybe they have to do sometimes with your social conditioning, sometimes they have to do with your own limiting beliefs and your own limiting assumptions. But in other words, it's not actually the circumstances themselves, it's actually the stories that you build around them, the meaning that you give them, the power that you give them, the focus that you put onto them that leads to them becoming a problem for you. And I want to give you this metaphor here. I heard that in a video a long time ago, it was probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it really stuck with me. And what the person was saying in that video was that you think you are trapped in whatever circumstances you're in whatever circumstances you have in your life right now. You feel like you're trapped. You feel like you're in a prison cell. And you feel like you're locked into that prison cell. There is no way out. There is nothing you can do. You are hopeless. You are helpless, etc. However, that is actually an illusion. That is a big lie that your ego mind has created and that you have believed and you have identified with and you are repeating to yourself. Because the truth is, even though you might be facing some circumstances, even you might be facing some opposing situations that might not seem ideal for your manifestation to come to fruition, at the same time, because you're always able and free and you always have the choice to rise above them and not give them power and instead shift your attention to what you actually want instead of paying so much attention to these circumstances, you are actually not locked into any prison cell. Yes, it might seem like it to you, it might look like it to you, but that door has no padlock. That door is not locked. That door might be closed, but it's actually not locked, which means you can actually push it and get out of it any minute, anytime you want. Your mental stories, your emotional stories, all the lies that your ego is feeding you, that you're believing and identifying with, are the stories you identify with, and they are your prison cell. However, you're always free. You always have the choice to rise above them. Therefore, you're not trapped, you're not imprisoned, you're not in any prison cell. The door is unlocked. The door is free for you to open, push open, and get out of it and stay out of it. So I want you to remember this metaphor. I want you to remember this analogy. I know that all of us go through circumstances. Sometimes the circumstances do seem hard. They do seem to get the better of us. But I also want you guys to remember that it's not the circumstances themselves, it's the stories that you create around them and the stories that you repeat to yourself about them that might give them power over you and might make them feel insurmountable. However, you're not in prison, you're always free to transcend your circumstances now and in the next moment, and the next moment, and the next moment, and the next moment. There is nothing holding you back. There is nothing stopping you. There is nothing between you and your manifestation, no circumstance, and there are no exceptions to that. And so it's up to you to set yourself free, to choose your state, to choose your dominant energy, to choose to align with what you actually want to experience and start experiencing it in the now, regardless of what the 3D might be showing and regardless of what any circumstances might be showing, or regardless of how you might be perceiving those circumstances. Put them to the side. Don't pay them attention. Keep your vision where you want. And you will very, very soon see and realize that the circumstances truly didn't matter. They are going to start disappearing or changing or giving way to something else, or you might just realize that they never mattered anyway in the first place. And you are going to see and experience in your reality, in your direct experience, that if you don't give them any power, if you starve them of the power that you've given them up until this point, they're going to start going away, they're going to start changing. So you're not trapped, you're not in any prison, you're not locked in any prison cell, you're not locked into any circumstances. The only thing you're locked in is your own mind, your own emotions, your own ego mind, and the lies which it tells you, which you always have a choice to stop believing, stop identifying with. So set yourself free and start experiencing your manifestation coming in. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.